Ladies and gentlemen, what is going on? It is August. We are back. We are so back, guys. Season 2 of On Point Discussion, exclusively on the Lounge Room Network. Monday, August 2nd, 2021. Lots of stuff has happened in the past few weeks, and we are obviously, of course, here to break it all down for you. Thank you so much for sticking with us here for almost 2 years now. We're going to be approaching our 2-year anniversary of recording. Wyatt, Julius, and myself, of course, later on. But once we get there, of course, we'll have our celebratory episode, and hopefully Wyatt can crack some bottles of champagne open from his room that he's in, and hopefully stain some of those gross jerseys that are sitting behind him. In the meantime, however, I am here with Julius. You can find him on Twitter at the Fifth Top, Wyatt at the Cornelius7. Nick Faber from the Honolulu Blues Show is back on with us tonight, guys. Wyatt and I have competition, 2 Lions fans versus 2 Bears fans. We will do our best to be civil. You can find him on Twitter at Nick Faber NFL. Yours truly at Lounge Room Press 1. Remember to follow the show at Talks on Point, and of course the network at Lounge Room Net. On Point Discussion, of course, is brought to you by our friends over at One Call Tech and at Fanatics. Lots of stuff has happened just even in the past 25 minutes with the Chicago Bulls acquiring Lonzo Ball and NBA free agency starting as a whole around the league. I mean, there's already been some crazy moves. Kyle Lowry is going to the Heat. I believe I just saw Lauri Markkanen is heading to the Spurs. I almost want to confirm that. I will have to go back and check though once I introduce the guys here, once I let them introduce themselves. But first and foremost, though, I want to see how you guys are doing, because we've been off air for a few weeks together. It's been a few weeks, and I'm glad we're all obviously back here together. But Nick, I'll start with you, sir. How are you doing? Welcome back to On Point Discussion. How's it going, dude?
Oh, it's going great. I'm honored to be here yet again. I'm glad that I got the invite. It's always, very nice to hear that you guys want someone, that I want to be back for a show, or that I was welcomed back for a show, I should say. Congratulations, guys. 2 years, season 1 in the books. That's phenomenal. Way to go. So just a big shout out, and I appreciate you guys having me on.
Well, we certainly appreciate you coming on, and obviously your takes here, and want to hear your perspective, and from your side of the the aisle on a lot of the stuff that we talk about, especially the newsworthy stuff, right? The political stuff. So we'll get to all that here in a little bit. I do just really quickly want to express my disappointment, though, in Nick for drinking Bud Light on my show. I am a Miller Lite guy till I die, so the Bud Light is a little offensive, but we will get over it. We will get over it.
Not the first thing I'll offend you on today.
I'm very well aware. I'm very Wyatt, how's it going? Wyatt, welcome back to the show.
Yeah, we forgot. Me and Julius held down the fort. What was it? It was like 2 weeks ago or a week ago. So me and Julius held down the fort while Juan was on a hiatus. You know what beer that I'm into now is Michelob Ultra for some reason. Like, I like it. It's tasty. It's kind of weird, but I don't know. It sounds weird. I know.
It's very.
99 carbs, man. Let's go.
Yeah. That and the what's the new one? The Blue Moon Light, the light one. There's a light lager now, and that one's really good too. I sound really weird right now, I know, but
if it makes you feel any better, Wyatt, I am drinking out of a pink can at this very moment. This is a seltzer. I'm not even drinking beer. It is a seltzer. All right. It has 1 gram. It has 1 gram of carbs, but it's made here in Milwaukee. So I'm supporting local. The can is pink. Judge me.
No judgment.
I don't care.
This is a judgment-free zone, Juan.
This is a safe place. This is a safe place.
Real men wear pink,
Yeah. Julius, how's it going, man? Welcome back.
It's going great. Glad to be back home with my boys. Glad to have my Honolulu Blues pod mate, Nick, along for the ride again on Talks on Point. And breaking news. The Bears are trash. The Bears are trash.
You know, and I actually really hate that I was kind of like getting a little hyped up for that.
I was like, dang, what's he about?
I knew something was coming.
I'm actually a little salty right now. I'm not gonna lie.
Hey, Honolulu Blues, we got the best gift in the history of life of that exact headline, and it will be used for the rest of the history of life. So it's great.
Queued up.
You know what's gonna get used just as much? That video of Mitch Trubisky is our father.
He's not even on your team anymore.
Shout out Tony Dombrowski. He's great on Lions Twitter, and he totally set me up for something I didn't even say.
Oh my gosh.
We have our VP of the network checking in here, NBA champ checking in. Of course, shout out to Brandon, his Milwaukee. But this is the first show we've done since the Bucks have won the championship, by the way. So I gotta give my little spiel here about Milwaukee. So Brandon, obviously a big Wisconsin fan across the board. Milwaukee Bucks, Packers, Badgers, list goes on and on. Shout out to the city of Milwaukee for winning, for finally bringing the championship home, ending the drought here in the Brew City. The parade, I wasn't there, but I saw the pictures. It was a beautiful parade. Very, very exciting environment. So again, shout out to, Milwaukee and all of the Bucks fans here in Wisconsin, the country, and around the world. Our COO, Adam Raymer, checks in. It's about damn time. Yes, it has been a while since we've been on. So, yes, we are happy to be back. As promised, for those who were looking at my tweets before the show, I did say I was going to rep the brand new cap I got this weekend in Chicago. White Sox, of course, better than the Tigers will ever be. So there it is. There's the cap, the new Chicago White Sox cap.
That's a pretty sweet hat, though. Like all in all.
Thank you, Nick. I appreciate that. It's still. Go ahead, Wyatt. Go ahead.
Wear it backwards, man. Come on, Ken Griffey Jr. over here. There you guys go.
I'm not cool with it on frontwards. You're right, Wyatt. Thank you for correcting me. I appreciate that.
My head looks objectively wider when I wear my cap backwards, so I like to wear it for the front. Thank you, Nick, for the compliment. Julius would never, but it's all cool. It's all good. It's fine.
I love a good retro, like any MLB team hat is like right up my alley. It's just right up my alley. I was just actually looking at this Ty Cobb, Babe Ruth, like Lou Gehrig. Like it was this like doll collection this sports collectible store had. And it was just like a bunch of different players, but it wasn't just the Ty Cobb. It was every player. Like, man, old school baseball is right up my alley. I love it. And that's a sweet hat.
Old school baseball. Go ahead.
Socks are terrible, but it's a good hat.
All right. Well, you know what? Again, the Sox will forever be better than the other little miniature kitty cats that you guys got running around over by Detroit, and in that little district that you guys call the Stadium District over there, Comerica, Ford, whatever that is, trash, or what? Okay, you know what?
It's a lot better than what we got in the South Side of Chicago, isn't it? Don't be jealous, bro.
Comerica?
Don't be jealous. Bro.
Comerica. You think Comerica is better than the rate?
Yeah. Oh, guaranteed it's better than guaranteed. Yeah.
And Ford Field is better than Soldier Field as well.
Soldier's got a lot of history. But I definitely stand firm with the first part of our conversation.
Ford Field is the loudest stadium in the league when we're
Oh
winning.
my God! You did not just say
We're slowed down.
You did not just say. Hang on. Wyatt, you need to help me out here. This man just said that Ford Field is better than Soldier Field. That is probably some of the biggest cap I have ever heard on this show. I am so disappointed.
Not even close.
No.
When the Lions are winning or have a winning record and they have a sold out crowd and it's the fourth quarter, we're the loudest stadium in NFL.
Yeah, I've been to those.
All right, we're gonna get
started. You guys are in a dome. I mean, the Soldier Field's not. Of course, it's not going to be the loudest. Plus, we don't got as many fans.
Plus, it's like
iconic.
Squished in.
That's why y'all trying to move to the burbs, right?
Soldier Field honors you, Julius. Honors you for
I want to go to Soldier Field.
Serving.
I want to go to Soldier Field with one and
Soldier Field doesn't want you to go though, Julius.
Yes, they do. Yes, they do. Yes, they do. I'm gonna put my Army uniform back on and walk up in that boy with a Lions cap and my Army uniform on, and I'm gonna be drunk, and I'm gonna watch the Lions decimate the Bears in Chicago.
I hate that I cannot tell you no to that either. That's like the worst thing. Let's go ahead and dive into that. Let's go ahead and dive into some news here. We'll get back to the sports talk. Don't get me wrong. I will roast you guys. It's been a while, so we'll get there. We will get there. Let's talk vaccines and possible remasking and a potential, quote unquote, potential, another shutdown that they want to do, and all this stuff. So obviously right now, the big story is this Delta variant. We've got the NFL, season coming up, which I believe first game is on Thursday night. So it's upon us now within days. We're still hearing from multiple players, right, who aren't vaccinated, who haven't even taken the first or second round of the vaccine. We have coaches speaking out. I believe it was Ron Rivera who made some comments saying that he's a little disappointed that not more of his teams or that more of his players aren't opting to take the vaccine. I mean, what's happening? I mean, this is such a controversial issue for a lot of people because you're always going to have those people who are saying, well, I don't want to take the vaccine for this reason or for that reason because there's not enough evidence. The information keeps changing. But then you have all of these other people who have already gotten the vaccine who are like, no, shut up, get the vaccine. Where do we sorry, I'm looking at the comments. Dave Sager, Julius, get off that stupid Hawaiian blue. How do we begin to tackle this? How do we move along this? Especially going with the NFL season coming up and this this Delta variant beginning to emerge in the US. I mean, whoever wants to go first, please, go ahead.
I'll jump in. And everybody kind of knows my history when it comes to the vaccine and blah, 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 what I think about it. Let me just say this first. This is an effed up situation, okay? This is an effed up situation. China effed us all. They effed us all. They effed the whole world. We was minding our own business, living ghetto fabulous, when nobody getting sick, when nobody dying, did nobody need to take experimental vaccine, did nobody need to be forced to take experimental vaccine. And China was just like, okay, let this vaccine just leak out this lab and just destroy everybody. Now, it sucks because people are dying, okay? And I think today it came out, CDC, 70% of all American adults got at least one shot. That's great. All right. That's great. And I would say with the new Delta, and this thing is supposed to keep evolving. All right. It's supposed until there's a cure or until a mass amount of people are vaccinated, it's going to be other variants that are going to be more deadly and more contagious. And what's the chances if you're not vaccinated? You kind of playing with fire. All right, that goes for football players. That go for you. That go for me. Whoever. If you don't got the vaccine, you are playing with fire because this disease is deadly. And I just want to thank China. No thanks. One more time because it's their goddamn fault. We was minding our own business with nothing going on. And this just decimated the world in 2 years. It's been, a year and a half, going on 2 years? This is mentally, this is taking a toll on everybody. And I can't wait till it's over. But I would just want to say this before I pass it over. I would highly advise you get the vaccine if you don't got it. I know that's a shocker. But just to be safe, to protect yourself, protect your family, because you don't want to end up with this variant and you don't want to. You just don't want it, okay? And it sucks that that's what it is. It's experimental vaccine. You might have religious beliefs. You might have scientific beliefs, whatever it is, but you should highly consider it. I would highly consider it. I'm not going to tell you I got the vaccine, but I just want to advise that I would highly consider it.
Those are really strong words coming from an anti-vaxxer.
I'm not an anti-vaxxer, Juan. I'm an anti-experimental vaxxer.
They should call it the lion variant. You don't want it, get vaccinated, so you don't.
That was a good one, Mike. You've been thinking about that for about what, 5-6 minutes right there?
1 minute.
Listen, I don't want the lion vaccine. Okay, I didn't had lion COVID for 31 years. I'm asymptomatic, baby,
I mean, y'all don't have anything.
except for depression here and there.
Nick or Wyatt, whoever wants to go next on this topic, go ahead.
Go ahead, Nick.
I mean, in regards to like the NFL and getting vaccinated, ultimately, I don't know. It kind of baffles me why you don't want to get vaccinated right now. Like, but also baffles me that like parents don't want to like put vaccinations inside their kids like when they're young. But that's just, to each his own. That's not my cup of tea. And when it comes to the NFL, it's a business. That business can do whatever they want, and they're basically pressuring you to get that vaccine, which maybe isn't the best way to do it. But they aren't saying you have to go get it. What's happening, though, is as we saw in the Vikings practice yesterday, I believe, or maybe it was a couple days ago, when every quarterback, or it was a quarterback, got tested or was close contact, and then anyone else who was vaccinated could have practiced, even with close contact. But no one was vaccinated except for Jake Browning, I believe. So everyone had to sit out because they weren't vaccinated, not because they had it, but because they had close contact. And if you want to put your NFL season, your personal NFL season at risk because you may have to be missing 5 days because you're opting not to get vaccinated, that really does stink. But ultimately, I don't know why you wouldn't get vaccinated. It's the same thing as it's like, look, you're an NFL player, man. Just don't smoke weed for X amount of years, and then when you get done, let's get high as a kite. That's fine. That's great. But just don't do it. But they still do, and it baffles me. So I don't really get why. Like, I know Cole Beasley came out with his big like reasoning. This is why, and this is why, and this is why, and this is why. And so like, I mean, I do get it. I do understand what they're saying. I'm an open-minded person where I get what they're saying. I just, as an NFL player or as someone who looks from the outside looking in, if I was in that situation, I would do whatever I could to help my career prolong, because in the NFL, it's what have you done for me now, type of game. So if you miss this season, very similar to many, Geronimo Allison for the Lions, I don't know, whomever else, but if you opted out of the 2020 season for COVID, you might not be making the roster this year because it's been a long time since you played. And so I don't know. I just, when it comes to the NFL, and I think of I think this is what the question originally was. I don't really know where we're going, but I'm kind of taking it here. Just get the vaccine. If you're in the NFL, it's not that big a deal. I promise you, you should be fine. There should be no blood clots. Hopefully Johnson got that out. I know that was a big stigma back, a few months ago. I don't know how it's kind of held out, but just get ready for 3, 4, 5 more doses. That's happening. There, you see when you get tested, there's 5 different lines on that little thing, right? You get 2 signatures after both shots. There's 3 more to go. They might not tell you right now, but ultimately over the next 3 or 4 years, there's about 3 to 4 more shots to come. If you've done it this much, you might as well be in for the ride and not get pissy about it now. If you don't want to, that's great, but I just don't recommend it, I guess.
I want to ask something real quick, and I'm only asking because we're diving into the kind of the NFL, and obviously Cole Beasley was brought up in there as well. I know there's some other players, even some on the Bears. I think there's some question about like Allen Robinson. I think it was Wyatt, who was like kind of borderline refusing to answer the question when he was asked and all that. And then you have your players who are like, oh well, it's a HIPAA thing. We don't want to say. What your thoughts on this NFL policy that came out? I think it was a week ago or a week and a half ago about if there's like a COVID outbreak on a team that they have to forfeit that entire game. I mean, do you guys think that's logical? Do you guys think it's fair? Is it a stupid idea? I mean, just what are we thinking? I mean, I have my own thoughts, right? Obviously, I don't. But I want to hear from you guys. What do we think on that? Wyatt, I'll let you go first if you want to go.
It's all about like money with the NFL. Now that you can have fans in the stands, think about if they have to postpone a game. Let's say it was Sunday. There's too many COVID-19 outbreak or whatever with the team, and they push it till Wednesday. Well, now you're in a predicament if you're the NFL. Now, people maybe are flying out Monday, for a game, or they can't go. And so now you're losing money in the NFL. So that's why they're making this policy, because they want to make as much money as possible, because you saw last year with no fans in the stands, there was a lot of money lost. So I think that's the reason why. I mean, money drives everything. So it's not about, oh, we need to get everyone vaccinated, keep everyone safe. No, it's all about money. And that's what I think about it. I mean, it all comes down to money with the NFL. It's $1 billion business.
I'm going to second everything he just said. You're so right. Like, and that's exactly why they're not going to push games out till Wednesday this year, or Tuesday this year, even Monday the next day if there was a Sunday game. They're going to be like, look, fans are coming in Sunday. Either your team plays, you squad up 53 men, I don't care who it is, or we're not doing it, because you're 100% right.
You have the ball boy coming out there to play like tight end or wide receiver.
maybe we would have knew about Larry Fitzgerald years before if we would have had the ball boys play for Minnesota back in the day. So yeah, maybe.
I agree with that. The money talks, right, guys? I mean, money talks and all this business that's done. I mean, I remember last year when, it would be like a random Wednesday afternoon or like a Tuesday, and you just have like, oh, there's a football game today at like 2:00. I remember that, and it's like, Jesus Christ. I mean, it's like the weirdest thing, because you're not used to seeing football during the week.
I loved it though. I was all about give me a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday game. Oh, wow.
But if you think about it, right? You're right. How much money is the NFL losing with having to push all these games? Last year, having to push all the games back, not having any fans, right? So now it's like Roger Goodell and the league. They're like, no, either get it together, literally, like, excuse the language, get your shit together, or get out. You're out. Like you're done. It's like they're not messing around anymore. And if that's what it's going to take, then I mean, I'm all for it, right? Players, professional league NFL players have such a big influence on the general community that if people start to see that athletes and all of these prominent figures, right, that they look up to or that they support on their respective teams or whatever it may be, that they're getting the vaccine, I think that's gonna start drawing even more people to go out and get the shot. I mean, that's just how that works, right? Some can call it publicity, others can call it, educational. I mean, it's the matter in which you look at it. But I think overall, I think the NFL, I think this policy, while some people may think it's harsh, I think it's actually a step in the right direction, to be honest with you guys. I don't know, Julius, if you had any thoughts on this, or Nick, but that's kind of what I think.
I mean, you guys are right. It's a money thing with the NFL, but at the same time, the NFL is majority African American. Okay, this is a 70% black league, and black Americans in my family, my friends, people I know, they're a little more hesitant to get the vaccine than some other demographics. And a lot of that has to do with history. A lot of that has to do with, fear of the unknown. Black Americans, a sizable margin of them just don't trust something that the government is trying to give them quickly and experimentally. It's just something, those words and that situation brings back bad memories of things that the government did against Black Americans back in the day. I'm not going to go too far into that, but we're seeing that NFL in the black league that the NFL is. And you're right. I forgot who mentioned it, but if some of these guys start to go for it with the vaccine, that could influence people that look up to them, people that watch them, to do the same.
I would also wrap up just on my last vaccine take is, if you haven't already got it and you're in NFL, you're about to get it, whew, man, it is a doozy. The first 2 days after your first shot, you can't move the arm that you get it in, right? So get it in your non-dominant arm. But that's 2 days out of practice if you decide to do that on a Monday or Tuesday or something like that. Then the second shot, you're sicker than a dog for a day, and then the second day you're still kind of recouping from it. So that's 2 days out of like you put yourself 4 days behind on practice if you don't schedule these perfectly. And even if it's Saturday, Monday you might not be 100%. You might not be it, and maybe that's what's scaring some of the players. But regardless, now you've put yourself where if you just do decide to get it, you may be missing a couple of days, and that's just never a good thing when you have a limited amount of days in training camp.
Do you guys think, like the people that are like Cole Beasley, for example, or any of these, because I don't follow everything Cole Beasley has said so far, but do you think these guys are like waiting for the FDA to approve it because I know it's like an emergency vaccine, or do you think like they have their feet in the sand, they're like, I'm never going to take it, or they're just waiting? I mean, what do you guys think?
They're salty, okay? Just like I was salty when I opened up the monologue on this whole topic, because this is something that the world wasn't prepared for. Nobody thought they were going to, have to make this huge decision for a lot of people to have this vaccine or risk getting this deadly disease. A couple years ago, nobody thought this was going to happen. But now that it's here, people are salty and don't want to be forced to do something, because we live in America, and people in America think they can do what they want.
Stubborn.
I think no, but I want to counter that though, because I think that a lot of it does have to do with pending FDA approval, right? I mean, I think that also plays into it, right? I don't think we can sit here and just say no, that has nothing to do with it at all. No, I think that because the FDA has been this big pharma, right? Because they've been so prominent in the decision making of basically every vaccine we've had injected in our body since we were toddlers. I mean, why take something that hasn't been approved by the largest pharmaceutical agency in this country? That's not me speaking. That's someone, that's like a Cole Beasley, right? Asking that, or even Allen Robinson, who maybe hasn't gotten it yet, or whoever. Nick Boza is another one who I think hasn't gotten it either, but his case is a little more extreme, if you know what I mean. But God, there's some controversial stuff I saw today. That some stuff resurfaced from like 2013 that we're not going to get into. But in any case, I think that FDA approval or lack of in this case, right? It's not really helping the people who don't want to get the vaccine, right? Because it hasn't been approved.
In regards to Beasley, real quick, now I don't know about everyone, but just real quick about Beasley, the first thing he said was, if Pfizer wants to give me some of their money, then I'll gladly take it. He doesn't care about anything. He just thinks that the government's trying to make money off of him, and he doesn't want to do that. And then Mark Cuban came out and said, I'll buy you and your wife stock in Pfizer to go get that shot. And I don't know what his response was. I kind of stopped caring about that because I don't really care about Cole Beasley and if he gets the shot or not. That doesn't bother me either way. But it's just, I don't think that he is like, I need more time to research this right now. He's just like, no, everyone's telling me to do it. I ain't going to do it. I want to see what the ramifications is. I'm going to see what happens. I'm going to give it a year. And the NFL shouldn't punish me for that by, being cautious. Is
it attention seeking?
I don't think so. He's never been attention seeking, in my opinion. So I don't think it starts now randomly. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I guess Antonio Brown was never really attention seeking too much until one point in his life. So maybe.
Well, yeah, that, and then I mean, there's a lot. There's a few players I can think of who are in the spotlight now, who I'm sure did not want to be. Some of them, unfortunately, in not the best of ways. Deshaun Watson, so it's very cynical. I don't know. I really don't know. Cole Beasley and your Nick Bozas and all these other athletes who.
More power to them, man. If that's what they want to do, good luck.
Mm-hmm.
Good luck.
Absolutely.
Good.
Absolutely. Well, yeah, I don't know, guys. We'll see how this season plays out. I really quick, just want to go around the room, just a lightning round here. who's going to be this is going to sound really bad, but I just want to know who's going to be the first team who's going to have to forfeit from these new COVID rules. Wyatt, you're first.
My guess would be none of them. I mean, I can't really point out a team. I mean, it depends. Like if one team's like below 50% vaccinated, then I would say that team, but I don't even know like the percentage. I know there's some teams that have said they're 85% or 89%. But I would just say none of them are gonna forfeit. They'll put 53 out there. They'll get some practice squad players if you got a bunch of people. But even last year without this is a long answer. I know, Juan, it's not lightning round. But even last year with no vaccine, you know, I mean, if they follow the same protocols that they've been doing, I mean, they're still gonna have most of the roster for game day.
That might not have been lightning, but that was a nice rolling thunder. A good rolling thunder there, if you ask me. I tell you what.
I was going to say so much for my lightning round. Okay, that's just
To answer the question in a lightning round form, the Raiders. Because if there's ever a team that would have to forfeit a game, it would be the Raiders for some reason.
Julius.
I'm just gonna go ahead and guess it might be probably the Shanghai Knights.
The who?
Who?
They're in China. Never mind. That's CBO. That's CBO. Oh yeah. By the way, thanks again, China. I just want to thank you one more time.
The Wuhan Knights.
I'll probably say who's the most responsible team in the league? The Cowboys, maybe. Cowboys.
No.
They live in a hot spot. Maybe the Jaguars or the Bucks because they're in Florida. That's another hot spot.
Yeah.
I'm thinking of places that have a lot of cases right now, and
the Dolphins
Florida.
are my number 2 for sure, dude. Because I went down there, man. There are so many like anti-vax and no mask rallies like happening on the daily down there. It would definitely be Miami, like in all realness.
My delusional take is obviously the Lions.
I knew it. I knew it coming.
To be honest, I immediately thought it too. I was like, it'd probably be the Lions.
No, the Raiders is spot on. I think the Raiders is spot on, Nick. I can see that.
I can see the Raiders. I can also I could see one of the California teams too.
Yeah.
San Francisco, maybe. I don't know. The
just
Chargers. I mean, what's up?
You say that because of Nick Bosa and Joey Bosa. That's the only reason you're saying that right now.
Don't expose me, Nick. Jesus Christ! Come on, man. All right, I actually want to dive into sports here now that we're about 33 minutes in. Let's talk about the Buffalo Bills and this sudden push, which I actually have no idea where it came from. There's this push for the Buffalo Bills to relocate to Texas. Catch Julius buying a new a Bills jersey the second they relocate down there. Watch Julius come on the show. Josh Allen jersey, Texas colors. It'll be there.
I will never be an Austin Bill fan.
An Austin Bills. What does anyone know what the context is behind this? Why are they trying to move? Like, what is?
They're not even serious. I looked into the story. They're not serious. They're using it as a threat. They want a new stadium in Buffalo or in Orchard Park, wherever they're located, and the city of Buffalo and that area, they're being a little, stingy about it. I guess they always have been. Similar situation with the Raiders in Oakland, kind of. It's a small market, old stadium, and the city is being stingy with funds. So the Bills owners are pretty much, okay, well, what if we just throw this out to the media that we're thinking about moving if you guys don't accept? That's what it seems to be. But I think that I don't think the Bills are leaving Buffalo. There's no way. There's no way.
No, but it is kind of a very big scam almost the way that football stadiums are built, because it is not the owner paying for that. It is you. It is you. Every fan out there watching, you're paying for that. That's why, like, Minnesota had like a freak out for getting a new stadium. They didn't want it. There was so much pushback, and then it obviously caved in, and it was like mandatory, or like it just was mandatory. Basically, got to a point. I hope Buffalo gets a new stadium. It would be a shame if they ever move. They never will, though. Bills Mafia wouldn't let that happen. I think Bills Mafia would like stop it personally, but it's kind of crazy. I don't know. I don't think a lot of people realize that stadiums aren't just like, you know, the Fords or Jerry Jones are just like throwing down a big wad of cash in a briefcase and being like, here's a stadium. Like, it is not like that. If you don't know what I mean, look into it. I'm not going to try to go too much on about it right now, but stadiums are a big thing to look into. That's all I'll say.
I have some breaking news real quick. Oh, sorry, Wyatt. Before you wait, were you gonna announce
Go
something?
ahead. Breaking news is more important.
Breaking news: Derrick Rose has agreed to a 3-year, $43 million deal to return to the New York Knicks. He's not coming. He is not coming to the Bulls. I'm gonna end the show and I'm gonna go cry in my bed, hug my bear, my little teddy bear I have in my living room, and weep for the rest of the night because I am devastated. I am devastated. I am punching air. I am fuming. I feel like Julius.
Nice
This is where we're at.
You got that Derrick Rose blow up doll ready to go.
They probably weren't willing to offer more money than the Knicks. So.
I'm sad. I am sad. Julius, go ahead and roast me. I know you were going to say something.
I mean, Derrick Rose can still ball, and I kind of feel bad for y'all a little bit because I put myself in this situation. We just drafted the great Cade Cunningham out of Oklahoma State, first overall. I'm very excited. The city is very excited. Piston fans everywhere is very excited. We're going to talk about it on Honolulu Blues tomorrow. But imagine if, he wins MVP in his, third year Derrick Rose won MVP? And next thing you know, back-to-back knee injuries just totally decimate his career. Next thing you know, he's not in Chicago no more, and you guys don't got greatness. Y'all had greatness for a while. Y'all were a championship contending team while he was in his prime before he got hurt. Kind of feel bad for y'all.
This man literally brought me so much hope 10 years ago. I mean, when we got Derrick Rose and when I saw him given guys, I was a sophomore in high school. I was like 16 years old. Obviously, I was all there. Oh, no, we got Derrick Rose. He got injured. I cried and cried and cried. And then it's like you literally watch something come to its end. I mean, that's what it felt like. It's over. I mean, it was over. When he went down, it was over. And I don't know. We up until this point, we just have not been able to get back to where that close opportunity that the Bulls had, almost 10 years ago. So it's devastating, needless to say. But Wyatt, you were gonna say something. Go ahead, bud.
Oh, it was about the Bills, but we're kind of past that at this point.
No, please.
I have actually the Bills is like close to home because my dad grew up close to Buffalo. Is about 40 minutes away from Buffalo, south of Buffalo.
Mm-hmm.
So I have family still up there. My dad's sister and my cousin live up there, and the whole upstate New York is they're diehard Bill fans. Because New York City is 6 hours away, I believe, driving. So, they're not Jets fans, they're not Giants fans, they're Bills fans, and they're diehard fans. Orchard Park is about a mile or 2 miles right outside of Buffalo, so it's real close to Buffalo. But those people are diehard fans, and I don't see, like Nick was saying, I don't see them going anywhere. They have to build a new stadium. I mean, that stadium there is I'm going to say it's iconic. I've never been to a Bills game. I need to go actually, but it's iconic, and all those people there in the upstate New York, that's who they root for, especially people from Canada. Like Canada, when they come down, and they a lot of them have summer homes on the upstate New York area, and they're Buffalo Bills fans. So I would see something happening where they have a stadium built. I mean, going to Austin from Buffalo, you would probably have a lot of crying Buffalo Bill fans in upstate New York if that ever happened.
Can you imagine being the family that lives so far up north that your summer home is in upstate New York? We're going to the lake today.
It's crazy.
Well, it's really funny because when you think of Illinois, right, and Chicago, so many people have their summer homes to our north, like in far, far northern Wisconsin, like Door County, Wisconsin up there. So instead of coming
That's
south,
trash.
they're going north. And then these people are coming from north and coming north.
They're like,
So
sorry, Alberta, Canada. We will see you later. Saskatchewan. Real quick about the Bills, though, too. I mean, yes, going to a Bills game would be amazing. I actually got to see one because, like in 2015, the Bills had such a bad snow game that the game was postponed and moved to Ford Field. And I was working at Quicken Loans at the time, and I got free tickets to go to it. So it was awesome. Like, it was a great time. But on the bucket list is going to a Bills tailgate. I want to see the mayo eating contest. I want to see like the like, you know, freaking, I can't even think of a wrestling term right now, but through the table, like, they're crazy. And I would love to see that. That would be so much fun.
I have more breaking news.
The Bears are trash.
Shut the, oh my God.
Nick Foles got traded to the Lions. How about that shit?
Nick Foles got traded to the Lions.
He'll be competing for the starting role.
Who? Trash Jared Goff?
No, David Blau, man. He's married to an Olympian. Goddamn.
David Blau, yeah.
Alex Caruso, 4-year, $37 million contract with the Chicago Bulls.
Oh
Just
God, I hate Caruso so much.
Oh God,
Hey,
oh God.
shout out Pistons going out and getting Olnick for a solid $37 million for 3 years. Screw all this bull talk. Let's go Pistons, Julius. Hey, we're building.
Stones, baby.
Big boy, outside shooter. Oh boy. Rock
Alex
and roll.
Caruso.
How
Wow.
have you guys have the Pistons gotten anyone yet in free agency?
Olnick, I just said Kevin Olnick.
Oh,
Kelly
sorry. They're so irrelevant. You know, it's not coming through on my earpiece.
Hey, Woj dropped the bomb, so they're relevant enough. All right.
The Pistons will always be relevant in the NBA. We ended the Lakers and Celtics dynasty, and we postponed the Chicago Bulls dynasty with Jordan.
We made the Bulls who they were. Without us, the Bulls would have never been.
This is
Without
fact.
us, Michael Jordan would have never been. In fact, never been. Don't get me started on Michael Jordan. Never mind.
And we don't get super team free agents. We
Hell
build.
no.
We have to build on our own the way we're doing now.
I got a fun stat. There's only been 3 NBA teams in the entire NBA history to win the championship without a past, present, or future MVP on their team. Those 3 teams are the 1989 Pistons, the 1990 Pistons, and the 2004 Pistons. Look it up. Never past, never future, never present. We don't need the superstars. We got a team by team winning mentality. 7 straight Eastern Conference Finals in the 2000s. The best team in the 2000s. The Bad Boys. The Detroit Basketball Pistons, baby.
Where are the championship titles though?
We got
of
three
them.
banners hanging up.
But we also need Michael Jordan. Yeah, you got a lot more than we do.
I was like,
They got double.
yeah, where are the championships?
Where are
at,
your
though?
championships since the 90s, bro? Because we got
That's
one.
true.
Where are you guys?
That's
We
like
would have
asking
had
the
8.
Bears where their Super
Yeah,
Bowls.
we're giving the rest of the league time to catch up, and then we'll come back.
I tell you, a team to watch out for. The Heat just went and got Lowry, re-signed Butler.
Dude, Kyle Lowry, dude. I was talking to my dude Brandon, who again was coming in here earlier. Lowry is what, 35? Is that he's in his mid 30s?
Is he really?
Yeah.
He's up there.
He's what the dude. I'm not Kyle Lowry. No, dude, I'm not.
He probably has another year left.
Like
To be honest, I
Kyle
thought
Lowry
he
is
was like
the
30.
least. He is the least of my concerns right now.
That might be true. I definitely thought that dude was like 30 years old. I was like,
No,
oh, man,
no. He's up there. I believe Brandon. I was talking to him earlier. I believe he said 35 or 36. So he is.
That's a little bit older.
You know, he's getting up there. You know, he's almost LeBron, kind of LeBron age up there. LeBron is what, 36, 7?
Yeah, almost 37.
How many more years do you guys think LeBron has on him?
He's waiting on his son.
Exactly.
Three?
He's gonna play.
Why it says 3?
He thinks his son Bronny James is going to get drafted. And they're going to play together on the court. That's what LeBron is. That's his final wish in the NBA. So I can see 4 more years.
How is it? I mean, but the Lakers have to draft him, and how is that going to happen?
We don't even know if this kid is going to be any good. I mean, I see him in high school. He's all right, but I was all right in high school too, and I ended up joining the Army.
I would like to see high school Julius versus high school Bronny and see
Listen,
who wins that.
I
was all Macomb County, Nick. I was all Macomb County my last 2 years of high school. My senior year, I averaged 22 points per game, and I could not get on the floor Division III. That's how hard
How
it
tall
is.
are you?
I'm 6'4", 6'5" with shoes.
What'd you play? Small forward?
I played power forward in high school.
Yeah.
And when I went to college, I gave it a few months when this D3 school gave me a shot. I was too slow to play guard. I was too small to play in the post. And my shot wasn't refined enough for it to not matter. So we don't even know if Bronny's going to make it that far. So we'll see.
We will see. But that is, you're 100% right. That is what LeBron's waiting for. That is what he's going to be here for, whether that's 3, 4, even if Bronny has to go through college a few years and you see LeBron playing until he's 41, 42, he'll be on a team. He could be on a team until he's 60. That you can sell jerseys with
physical
James in
specimen.
the back. Yeah, exactly. So he's going to be here as long as it takes for him to play with Bronny. 100%.
Me and Juan can't take much more of LeBron James in the NBA. Leave it at that.
I will literally sit here and punch air for weeks.
That's kind of how I feel.
I
That's how I
hate
feel about I don't know about LeBron. I don't know why you guys I don't know. Do you guys see Space Jam? You guys all just hate it.
No, I'm protesting.
I did not see Space Jam.
Good,
Now I'm not saying I'm not going to, but I'm also not saying that I'm going to.
Definitely an alright movie. It's definitely an alright movie. If you guys get a chance to watch it, if you have HBO Max, might as well watch it anyway. It's an alright.
I was hoping for R. Kelly to come out with another song to go with this new Space Jam. You know, remember the first one? I Believe I Can Fly.
That may have made it a big hit.
Isn't R. Kelly not okay? All right.
Just kidding.
I'm pretty sure the R. Kelly of 2021 is not the same R. Kelly from
R. Kelly and Michael Jackson. Bring them together. You know what I mean.
Hey, Space Jam. Listen, it was a C-, just like LeBron. Everything else LeBron do, C-.
I used to be such a big LeBron hater. I used to the decision made me just loathe this guy. And then I loathed him because he just won so much. And there was never any parity in the NBA. And I didn't like that. Now he just does so much for so many people, and he stands up for I don't know. Now it's kind of I've gone full cycle on him.
I don't hate him as a person.
Yeah, I definitely don't hate him as a person.
I don't like him as a player.
He's annoying. He's a crybaby, and
I don't like his style. That's what I don't like. If you want me to set the record straight, I will. As an individual person off the court, I have no issue with LeBron. I know what he's done. I acknowledge that. I see what he's done. The Promise School in Ohio, the donation, the various charity donations that he's done. I get all that. I really do. What I don't like from him is how he acts on the court. The excessive flopping, the attention seeking, the crying, having to be around all of these super all-star players to get anything that he wants. It's pathetic. Now, we all know my heart lies in Chicago with Michael Jordan and what he was able to do for not just the Bulls, but also my fellow Sox. All right. Something no Detroit team will ever do. And
good job, Juan. I'm glad you snuck that in there, buddy.
I did. Much love. And I can't respect a player like that. I just can't, because I look at what Michael Jordan did, and I get it. Michael Jordan played in a completely different era, completely different rules, and not different rules, but just a different mentality around the game of basketball in the 90s. LeBron wouldn't last a single game in Michael Jordan's era. That dude would be flopping. That dude would be flopping out there like a freaking fish without water. I mean, it's ridiculous, guys. I mean, that's why I can't like that. I can't like this man. Now, I will say this: what I do respect from LeBron is what he did in Cleveland, what he was able to do, helping that city, bring a championship back to Cleveland. That I can respect. The Cavaliers, that team in 2016, it was a special team. I'm not going to deny that. I was actually rooting for the Cavaliers that year because I wanted them to win. But this whole thing with going out to LA, rounding up all these players, and then who was it that just went out to who's Russell Westbrook? Really? Like, are you serious? Like, you really need like okay, all right, fine. The Lakers are stacked.
It's the worst part of the NBA is
like,
the super teams.
Yeah,
They're
stacked. It's basically going to be the Lakers, and then who's the stacked team on the East right now at this very moment? Brooklyn. All right,
I guarantee the Lakers don't have the first overall seed because the West has some good teams.
The West is loaded with talent. You know,
Russell Westbrook also isn't a winner. He's not going to go out there and get the winning side of it done.
But he's certainly a help.
Yeah, most definitely.
It's a help. I mean, you know, he might not be
shooters.
He's better than Caruso.
Yeah, he might not be a winner per se, but he's definitely a beneficiary to the overall structure of the Lakers. Now, yes, the West is also is stacked. You know, but we have to go back out to the East though, and what's happening out East right now with, you know, we got Brooklyn, you know, Milwaukee, I think will definitely be contenders again. I mean, that goes without saying. I mean, Milwaukee's excellent.
That's about it.
The
Heat, I guess.
No, the Heat. You know, the Heat, I guess. I mean,
are they really contenders though? You
know, no, but
the Pistons,
The Pistons are.
They're gonna win it all. So
yeah, I mean, it's like you know, I you know, the Bulls are gonna win it all this season, right? And that's great.
The
like
Charlotte Hornets.
we can't forget about the Suns in the West either.
The Suns, the Mavericks, the Clippers, the Lakers. It's just it's a stacked conference, man.
It is. So I mean, there's so many components here, and it's I don't know. You know, I really know I do a really bad job at refraining my dislike for LeBron James. I get that. But I just can't help myself because he just I feel like everything that he has when it comes to the sports scene and the teams that he's been on have either been Mickey Mouse championships for the most part or
Mickey Mouse.
Like it's just I don't know. I you know, call me a hater. Call me a hater. I don't care. But it's just there's been so much help that he's gotten, and he just I don't know. I just feel like it's just so lopsided when it comes to that.
I just don't like his Twitter game either, because I'll be trying to start arguments with him with his little ignorant Twitter posts he be posting.
Thank you.
He has very bad typo problems, and I'll be trying to help him correct them, and he don't even reply to me.
Yeah, man.
And then Julius punches air.
I agree with you, Juan. I used to root for LeBron, but just the way he's been playing and flopping, I rooted for him in Cleveland too, and I don't appreciate like some of the tweets he puts out about political stuff without knowing all the facts. Like some of the stuff he puts out really sways a lot of people or gets people angry one way or the other. It's because he puts stuff out and then he doesn't know all the facts about the story, and so that angers me too. You know, like you have a big influence and you're putting stuff out without knowing all the facts, especially some of the stuff that he was putting out when we were having some things about cops and defunding the police. So that bothered me. I mean, at least be informed before you start putting out information. That's all I had to say about that. So yeah, that's why I haven't liked LeBron, and I won't watch his Space Jam. I don't believe he can fly like Michael Jordan.
It's true.
Sorry.
That was an epic rant, Wyatt.
He can certainly flop very well too. He may not be able to fly.
I believe I can flop. There you go.
I believe I can flop.
That's a ball. Get Mariah Carey on the phone real quick. Who's got it?
It's funny.
I want to touch base on. I'd like to just really quickly talk about baseball. I know Julius and Julius. I know you're not the biggest baseball guy, but you obviously go root for the Tigers. Nick, I don't know how much of a baseball person you are. Okay, he gave me the thumbs up, so that's good. We can talk about this. So obviously, the man behind me in one of my posters is no longer in Chicago. That would be Javi Baez, of course. We look over here,
Apparently, he got injured.
and yes, that's actually where I was going with that. Thank you for breaking that news
Sorry.
as well. Wyatt.
Sorry,
No,
man.
no, it's all no. It's good. I need someone else to break news for me too while we're all on the show. Yes, Javi Baez apparently got hurt on the Mets, but hope he's okay. But what a weekend of trading. I mean, Jesus Christ, that was, what day was it? Friday? That was intense. I'm sitting there at work, my phone is buzzing the entire time. I don't know who the Tigers got, and I'm saying that with complete sincerity. I don't.
We traded Daniel Norris to the Brewers for a minor league arm, and that's all we needed to do because we got the best farm system in baseball. In 2 years, we went in the AL pennant.
That's true.
That is the only.
We need to make no trades, unlike
The
the
only that is
Dodgers and the Yankees. All y'all thirsty teams.
Julius is pushing us off, by the way. In fact, this year, watch out for us to make a surprise wild card run with our solid 22-3 run in September. It's gonna be nuts.
That's probably the only time that Julius will ever be able to put the words best and Detroit in the same sentence.
We shall see.
Please cherish that phrase for the next 20 years of your life, Julius.
Good luck in the postseason, Wani.
The White Sox continue to be in first place. The Brewers are in first place. I will forever, ever want a Brewers White Sox World Series. That is the dream. That would be amazing. I would be at I would go bankrupt, number one, because I'd be at all those games. I would legit be dropping thousands of dollars on tickets. I'd probably lose my apartment a month after.
Serious too. You dead serious, Juan.
Yes. I'd probably have Juliet or Wyatt start a GoFundMe page.
Sell the rights to the Lounge Room Network.
Sell the rights to the Lounge Room Network. Get my life back together. Dive into a deep depression about what I just kidding. No, but real talk though. The period on the free agency period on Friday, or the trade, what an intensive 24 hours, needless to say, especially for, again, a lot of my fellow Cubs fans are just in shambles still. I mean, it is Monday at night. Anthony Rizzo gone, Javi Baez gone, Chris Bryant gone. I mean, it was just back to back to back. It was horrible for them, and I feel bad. I do feel bad for my for the Northsiders. I do. I mean,
and they all went out and hit dingers in their first game with their team, just to rub it in. Oof.
Yep, they all hit home runs, and
don't forget Jock Peterson. I know he wasn't a star in the Cubs, but he got traded too.
Yeah, he got traded. Craig Kimbrell.
And Jock Peterson did hit a home run for the Braves, but that was 2 weeks before the big trade thing.
I'm pretty sure Craig Kimbrell hit a goddamn home run.
Okay, that is. he was pitching excellent though. Excuse me, for the White Sox, and I was actually at one of the games this weekend. I know we lost inevitably, but it was just watching him out there play. I mean, pitch. It was an awesome experience. Craig Kimbrell he's a treasure. Number one, he's an excellent pitcher. And I don't know, we might have the best rotation in the whole league. I mean, who knows, right? Our pitching.
I was just about to say that too. Our pitching staff is
between our starters. Keuchel, Giolito, Lance Lynn, Dylan Cease. We got Crochet and Kimbrell and Kopech. I mean,
we got
God, Liam Hendricks,
we got Manning, we got Mize, we got freaking the best pitching staff. We got Turnbull. How many guys of the Cubs, or not the Cubs? Damn, you're not even a Cubs fan. Never mind. What are you?
Wow, Nick. Wow, Nick. Get off the show, Nick. Get off the show, Nick.
How many White Sox pitchers pitched a no-hitter this year?
Tell them how you really feel.
Yeah.
One. Carlos Rodon.
So we're basically the same team. We should have the same record if we have the most no-hitters.
What is your record right now?
We're just a quit 12 games behind the White Sox in third place. Just
52 and 56.
That's 4 series, dude. That's it.
I see my friend Brandon has decided to chime in here. I'm not surprised the White Sox fan base is okay. Here, you know what? I wasn't gonna do this, but we're gonna do this right now. All right. We got about, we're about 59 minutes in, and I'm getting trashed by a Cubs fan. All right, here's the spiel. I honestly, at this point, I could care less what the North Side does. All right, I don't care. I really don't. I mean, the Cubs are basically irrelevant to me at this point. They're not, they've sold everything they have. Their core is gone. We've always been seen as the little brother in Chicago, and now the tables have turned, and Cubs fans can't handle that. Okay, we'll move on. One day the Cubs will be back. I'm not saying they won't be. I'm just saying that if White Sox have had to tolerate this little brother, big brother mentality in the Windy City since about 2016, 2015, if you want to be honest, you guys can deal with a few days of us going back at you. Okay, it's not that hard. You will live. I lived. So be it. So
said your piece.
That's all. Oh, and more like Brandon, more like 70 years. All right, Brandon, 70 years. Still a lot more than what? How long has it been? 1, 2, 3, 4 days. We've been giving you guys crap for 4 days. You will live. You will survive. Go Bears. I know you're a Bears fan. I know you're watching. It's going to be okay. Shambles right now, yes. But if you want to learn how to deal with being in shambles all the time, ask Nick or Julius. They can help you guys out with that too.
Oh, I can definitely help you out.
Yes. With that being said, yes.
Shambles for a while.
Yes. And as we can see, obviously Nick is still living in the past because there is a Matthew Stafford jersey.
Matthew Stafford is and always will be a Detroit Lion.
Did anyone take his number on the team?
No.
It's going up in the.
It's gone. That number 9 is gone.
Do you think they're going to retire it?
I don't know really why they would.
Maybe.
He never even won a playoff game with us, but
that's true.
The Lions don't have a lot.
He's good,
but it is the Lions, and they do stuff like that, like retire numbers of players who never won anything. So
yeah. Can't wait.
I wouldn't be proud about always being a Detroit Lion. Well, you know what, Brandon? At this point, I wouldn't be proud of being a Chicago Cub either. But
defending the Lions there,
to each their own at this point, I guess. I
think the Lions are going to surprise people this year.
Pitbull, they got that trash Justin Fields jersey avatar on.
Dude, all right. Okay. Hang on. I defended the Lions right now, and Julius just swung back with a trash Justin Fields. You know what? No, Brandon, you're right. I wouldn't want to be a trash Lions fan either. Okay?
Why do Brandon Elbug got a Justin Fields dog Abby in his profile picture? That is the question.
I don't know, but Wyatt's right. Lions are going to surprise some people.
I'm not a Lions fan, but can't.
Hey, don't attack me, Brandon. Hey, you came at us first.
Dan Campbell. Me and Wyatt got our own combo going over here.
Julius is over here like defending himself, and nothing's even happened in the last year.
Hey, I be getting randomly attacked on this show. Nick, you're a guest. You're not always on here, man. It be random comments coming on. The Lions are going to be 0-17, immediately set a new record for sucking. We'll see that, buddy. See, that's why I come at y'all. That's why I come at y'all.
Tomorrow on Honolulu Blues, Julius will be featured going off on how badly we treat him on the show, how he gets bullied on here because of little Detroit kitty cats.
Just wait till December. That dog he got in his Abby is going to have a paper bag on his head.
Detroit kitty cats can't grow out their little nails, and they can't come back and fight. They just got to sit there and just scratch, just pretend to scratch.
The season is coming, my friend.
Because you guys have been relevant for the last 40 years, right?
We've certainly been more relevant than
Rex
this.
Grossman.
I hate Rex
Grossman. I recall
going. Best quarterback
I recall going to the Super Bowl.
Grossman.
I recall going to the Super Bowl,
and Rex Grossman blew it for
sooner.
us. That piece of crap.
What was the score of that game?
And nobody remembers.
26-17, I think.
I recall going to the Super Bowl with our team, and not me, but and
Devin Hester went to the Super
a lot
Bowl.
sooner than the Lions have.
Devin Hester should have been the quarterback too of that
Devin
game.
Hester-
Lions went to the Super Bowl?
Wait, what?
No,
Oh.
Wait, what?
Ron, stop
No.
lying to me, man.
No. All right, we're gonna start wrapping it up here, guys. I can only do so much trash talking before I don't want to become delusional like Julius. Nick, as always, thank you for coming on and for doing your best to defend your Motor City. Didn't work out too well, but you tried, and that's what counts.
Teach them. Whatever helps you sleep at night. I appreciate
Real talk,
Breaking
Julius.
news, Nick. The Bears are trash.
Breaking
my
news.
God.
baby.
The Bears are trash.
Nick,
I
sincerely,
appreciate
thank you
that.
for
Yes.
coming on and for for being here, hanging out with us for the past hour.
Super excited, super geeked. I'm glad you allowed me to come back. I can't wait to hopefully make another appearance. This was a great show,
Yes.
and you guys are doing an awesome job over here. Keep it up. You guys rock, honestly.
Next
Appreciate
time,
you.
yes, I absolutely appreciate that a lot. And next time, the goal will be to get Adam on as well, because I would love to have all of the Honolulu Blues guys on here, because then I can mark you guys all off for me trolling you guys on a live show.
right? Let's have him on the first Bears-Lions game this year. After we'll do it the following day.
Y'all know
Okay.
if y'all catch an L, you're not gonna hold that part of the deal up, right?
Oh,
I was gonna
I
say,
said that. I said you guys come on after the game.
I'm
I didn't know we were gonna lose by 30 though.
I didn't know DeAndre Swift was going to drop that game-winning touchdown pass.
That
hey.
helped us out. We're all right.
That's true. That did help us get Panay Swell.
That got us to 2-0, so we're all right with it. We're all right. We beat you the second time, didn't we? We won how many games last year?
Look at
One
this
of them was
comment.
against the Bears.
Look at this comment.
Yeah.
Yeah, that hurts my soul, Brandon.
That's very true, though. But he's not on the Bears anymore, so we ain't got
Mitch?
to worry about that.
Mitch Trubisky is our father. We can't beat the Bears.
Well, too bad he's an Austin
Louis
Bill
Hello.
now. So
Yeah, he's not even with you. That was your best quarterback since Rex Grossman. You let him
Oh,
out the
I-
door.
Well, now we got
No,
Justin
Jay Cutler. Yeah, Justin Fields for life, guys.
Jay Cutler might be the coolest quarterback you've had, but not the best. No, actually, Jay Cutler, man, I was rooting for the Chicago over Green Bay that year. Like, golly. But Jay Cutler just, pissed that game away. He was crying. You could tell halftime he was done. Did he even play the second half of that game? He may not have, actually.
Caleb Haney did, man. He
Yeah.
sucked balls.
That's right. I knew that. That's right. Because Cutler was a little B word and left at halftime. You better suck it up, boy. Tough it up, Cutler. Go back.
smoking
to
too
your
many
damn farm.
cigarettes in the locker room.
Yeah, for real, dude. But he's fucking hilarious. At post NFL career, his show was. I know they're going through a huge divorce now or whatever, but his show was hilarious. Him or his girlfriend's show or whatever, his wife's show. He is so funny, dude.
I love Jay Cutler.
I can't wait for him to become an NFL broadcaster. He's so monotone and dry humor and sarcastic. It's great. I love him.
How do you say his name? The player Daniel Tice, right? Yeah, Daniel Tice from Germany, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. 4-year, $36 million to the Houston Rockets. Just now, he was with the Bulls this past season. So
And nobody care about anything Houston Rockets these days.
Those basketball players be getting paid for
real.
averaging 6 points a game.
yes,
Yeah, but it's also I guess maybe besides baseball, it's probably the hardest sport to get into. You know what I mean? 2 draft rounds, 60 players. There's 300 plus Division I collegiate NBA or NCAA basketball teams, and then there's 60 players drafted. I think it's the most outnumbered thing ever. I know baseball is a lot, but NBA, man. Yeah,
But there's
you
also-
were saying about Bronny,
but there's
good luck.
also more opportunities though for a lot of these players to go play
Yeah.
overseas.
overseas for sure.
So
Well,
that's kind of the trade-off, right?
But how many? We're seeing the one right now, right? The one European guy who just won 2 championships, he's getting looks at from Houston, whoever. But that's it. Once you go overseas, you don't ever come back. There might be 1, there might be 2, but when you go overseas,
who was overseas most recently that came back or that? Oh God, that's probably another question for another show. But
Percentage is low, is all I'm saying. NBA is
Mhm.
very tough to do for any aspiring NBA player out there. Practice 28 hours a day.
Absolutely. Yeah. Well, we'll have to see. Free agency continues even after we get off the show here, and we will certainly be watching to see what moves are coming up next. But in the meantime, don't forget to follow all four of us here on the show. Remember to follow Nick at Nick Faber NFL, Julius at the fifth top, Wyatt at the Cornelius 7, and of course yours truly at Lounge Room Prez 1. The youngest Ball brother played overseas. That's what Brandon just says here as we start wrapping up the show. Remember to follow the show at Talks on Point. Follow the network at the Lounge Room Net, powered in part by Fanatics and by One Call Tech. Guys, it was nice to be back behind the mic for the first time in almost 3 weeks. I know the last time I made an appearance officially was when I was out riding scooters at the Deer District, and that was a very fun time. Shout out to my friend Dan, who came out to visit from the great state of Idaho. Got to experience Milwaukee, the Brew City. Got out of Potato Land for a little bit. Got to experience some of the best beer easily in the country. Lots of cheese curds were eaten, and it was a very fun time. So, cordial invite, Nick. I know you're right around the corner in Michigan.
Don't write checks or ask can't cash, buddy. I'll be there next week.
Hop on over to Wisconsin. Take that ferry across. I will pick you up at the lounge.
Hey, that's Julius. Come on. Don't.
Hey,
don't
listen. Thanksgiving in Detroit, though. Thanksgiving in Detroit.
Hey,
Buy
that's right,
tickets,
though.
guys. It doesn't happen until you buy tickets.
That's true.
I can
know.
tell that you've been on the wrong end of too many fake. Yeah, I'm going, bro.
I'm there, man. Oh, I can't.
fucking
No, we actually haven't made plans we didn't hold up to. We haven't, picked a game. Let's buy the ticket for this game. Meet you there. We haven't done it yet.
Bears Lions NFC Championship. There you go. That's the one you
I
need
couldn't
to
be
pick.
there with one. He'll try to murder me on the way out.
I could only be there with Juan. I would have to be there with Juan. That's the only way.
I am going to so I'm actually going with Luke from the Monsters Lounge. I'll be going to the Bears game on Halloween, October 31st at Soldier Field. I believe they're playing the 49ers. I am being told that I am being requested to chug an entire pack of beer, another case of beer. I will probably dress up as, I don't know, I'll go as Kermit the Frog or something. So I'll just be a drunk Kermit, just running around in the parking lot with my little transitional Bears outfit. I'll somehow find a way to put it on, and I'll be out there. Yes. So catch me wearing a Kermit outfit out there. It's going to happen. It will happen. Drunk Kermit. Sipping my beer like I'm sipping my tea. Because I don't give a crap about anyone or anything anymore, and it's all great. So that'll do it for us, guys. Have a great night. Have a good week. Stay safe. I see Wyatt's baby is making an appearance.
Go
as well.
Bears, he says.
Go Lions.
Go Bears. Go Bears. Have a good week, everyone. Have a great night. Stay safe. And as always, as we like to end out the show, go Bears.
Go Bears.
Go Lions.
Go Lions.